Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are a new subscriber, please, this is Scholarship Home, where everything we talk about is scholarship, how to ace your scholarship applications. I'll give you guidelines, pro tips, and guide you on it, and share daily or as published available scholarships, fully funded, partial funded, and how to win them. Now, if you are a returning subscriber, you would have seen some of the scholarships, and one of them is the MasterCard McGill scholarship, which I shared before, and some of you commented that you want me to help guide on how to write the scholarship essay, and that is what I want to provide a guide to immediately. And so without further ado, we'll be getting started. While I let you know that if you've not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please kindly subscribe. If you're a new viewer, and if you're a returning subscriber, ensure to like, share, and comment. Let me know where you're watching from so that I can know what other scholarships to look out for, and let me know where you intend to apply. Without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so let's run through the interface of the MasterCard scholarship application form. Now you can read through whatever informations are, and of course you have to submit all your supporting documents before December 1st in order to be considered. Now let's go ahead. Now there's a disclaimer for application fee waiver. If you read all of this, you realize that if you agree to be pre-screened for a fee waiver, then you need to check the box and then click on the next button. If you don't agree to be screened for it, you can check it out and perhaps you pay the fee and all of that. So when you fill it, you fill the first name. So I'm just going to fill some informations and I'll be back shortly. Now you need to get to this place, and you must be sure to have a valid passport. Please ensure you have your valid passport. No international scholarship will consider you first for an application where you don't have an international passport. So whenever you ask means of identification, don't include your driver's license as number one, or your national ID card or voter's card or country's ID card. Is an international passport. That's the first proof that you're ready for an international studies. Is that okay? So you check the yes button and then you continue the remaining application columns. Now we fill the second page, and we are now at the third page, supposedly third page of 7. So you can see the academic overview. What master's degree program are you intended to study at this? They have animal science, sustainable agriculture, of course, bioresource part, engineering, integrated food, and all of the courses are there. But I'm going to choose one of the courses. We have human nutrition. This can be if you're a nutrition dietetics graduate or whatever. But I'm going to be going for public health because I'm interested in health geography, and so I want to do a transition from health geography to public health. So I'm picking this course, and then I'll go ahead. Have you previously attended a completed graduate studies at any university? No. Master's level and above, of course, so is a no. Now, list of other MasterCard Scholars Program partners that you have or will apply to for graduate studies. Now here you have to be smart. The goal is, if you're applying for this scholarship and you show interest that you're applying other scholarship, if they look at your application and they feel there are people who are just focused, not trying to apply for other scholarships, they may consider them and ignore you because you have so many options. So what I advise you, don't be quick to choose a yes here. You just click a no. But if you know you're applying for others, of course, since it's MasterCard, they will see your applications other places. You're applying to MasterCard funded scholarship with McGill University, and you're also applying to MasterCard scholarship funded in South Africa. You're also applying for MasterCard scholarship funded in University of Aberdeen. You have to list them all because it's usually an interwoven system. It's an interconnected screening system whereby your name will appear as far as it's MasterCard funded scholarship. So they will have they have a database where they can see, sift, and sort out applicants. So they will end up seeing your names, and you had lied here. You have to be as sincere as possible. So don't lie. If there are others, you list, okay, I'm also applying to MasterCard program, so list it, and then there is a link here that you can use to check out all the other MasterCard applications or partners. So I'm just clicking no here for the want of time, so that the video can be kept concise. Now, where did you complete your undergraduate studies? I'll name the institution. I'll go to the date of completion. Have you previously been a MasterCard Foundation scholar? I'll click no. since I have not been one, so I'll continue to the next page. Now, having filled the third page of the application, we are now at the personal statements. Please read carefully, and I want to take my time to read this. Please know that your personal statements are a key component to your application. The answers you provide are meant to give the scholarship selection committee insight into your leadership abilities, goals, and aspirations, and the impact that the scholarship would have on your personal and professional life. Now, they've already given you the basis for answering and attempting this question. The only challenge you have is that you are restricted to minimum of 250 words and maximum of 350 words each. Although I wrote my essays already, and I would advise you do like me. Write your essays in one document. Get an open Word document or Google Docs. Copy these questions individually. Write them separately. Answer them. Then copy the answers and put them together in one document without the questions. Making two documents you have to make. If you get my point. Now, when you do the first one, it is going to be independent questions, independent answers. But when you duplicate it to the other place where you cut off the questions, that's where you remove the questions from the answers. It should be a flow of thought. There should be a synchronized flow of thought that any reader can pick selectively and read and comprehend. That way you are keeping your thought pattern concise and consistent. So if you get my point, you go to do that, and then it will not be a challenge for you. So based on that, if you do that also, you'll be able to check if it's 350 words each. So you just highlight all of that. Of course, in Word, you can do word count. In Google Docs, you can also highlight and do word count. You just word count for each question, and you have your answer, and you're good to go. So with that being said, I've written mine, and then I will be copying them from my document. I'll be pasting them here, and then I will give you a guide and hint on how it should be and what it can be. Don't forget that there are key things that is being sought for. One, leadership abilities. Your ability to lead. What can you do? Ability to influence others. Ability to influence others positively without manipulating them. That is what I define as leadership. Leadership ability is your ability to influence others positively without manipulating them. They should be with their consent, deliberate decision without feeling coerced or manipulated. That is leadership for me. Goals and aspirations. What are your dreams? What's your driving forces? What's your driving force? What are your inspirations? What are your aspirations? You share them here. The impact of the scholarship. What will be the end result? If you're giving this scholarship, what will it do for you? How will it impact you in leadership ability, achieving your goals and future aspirations? That's how to connect it. How will the scholarship impact your or add value or add to your leadership abilities, your goals, and future aspirations? If you're able to connect details well, I bet you're on your path to clinching the scholarship. That being said, let's get to my personal statement. Question 1 says, describe why you have chosen your intended program. What is my intended program again? Viewers, if you remember, my intended program is public health. And don't forget, I graduated geography, major in health geography. Now, study program at McGill University and how you foresee this program to impact your short and long-term personal and career goals. You see, they've carried everything as touching goals and aspirations together. So I want to get my answer. Question I'm answering. So my first question began with this. I've chosen to pursue a master's program in public health at McGill University due to a deeply rooted passion for addressing complex health issues from a geographical perspective. I've tied my academics, first of all, to my interests. Complex health issues from a geographical perspective. Now, my background in geography with a specific course on health geography has allowed me to recognize the intricate relationship between people, their environment, and public health. You see, I'm factoring in sustainable development goal when I mention people, their environment, and public health. McGill's renowned program in public health offers a unique blend of interdisciplinary expertise and cutting-edge research. I'm marketing the school itself. Why I'm motivated towards the school as well. Now, place for me to further develop my skills and knowledge in this field. Now, my short-term goals, which they asked of. I envision this program enabling me to acquire advanced skills in epidemiology, biostatistics, and health policy, which are essential for addressing pressing public health challenges. These skills will not only enhance my academic capabilities, but will also provide me with practical tools to contribute to public health initiatives. Long-term goal, I share them. I am committed to using my education. Please, a quick disclaimer. If you are getting value from this, do not copy hook, line, and sinker. Don't take your time to write down this and duplicate. That's why deliberately I made sure it is beyond 350 words. One. Secondly, I'm making a quick disclaimer for you. This is not a template to go. Your story is unique. You are different from me. Go by your story, go by your interest. Just be real. Sincerity is the bane of access. Sincerity is the bane of access. You can make a quote out of that. Sincerity is the bane of access. Ensure you're sincere as possible for you to gain access to what you need. Now, I aspire to work at the intersection of public health and environmental sustainability, addressing the health consequences of climate change. You see me? I'm nipping on sustainable development goal. It's a big time vision. I'm talking about how there is connection between health geography and public health. I'm talking about the future. McGill's program equips students with a holistic understanding of this. Now, after that, I am telling them that in the future, this scholarship I'm seeking will have a profound impact on my personal and professional life. It will alleviate the financial burden of pursuing master's degree. See, I'm telling them that I come from a background where without this scholarship, I can't. You need to connect this. Now, all of this, you just need to take something to mind. You have to write this in the simplest way and form possible and make it less than 350 words, but more than 250. So, additionally, it will provide recognition of my potential as a future leader in the field of public health, which is invaluable in terms of networking and career opportunities. This scholarship will not only enable me to achieve my academic aspiration, but also empower me to become a dedicated advocate for public health. And you can see, with that being said, if this was 350 words, if you read carefully, of course, I didn't take my time so that you can read. You can pause the video at any time and watch again and read. Just get the flow of thought, understand it, use it to draft your templates, and we can get going. Please, if you're enjoying the video, ensure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know where you're watching from, and let me know what other videos to shoot for you. And don't forget, at the end of this video, I'll be leaving a bonus. So ensure you watch this video to the very end. So let's look at the second question. What's the second question? The MasterCard Foundation program aims to help educate the youth of today to be leaders of tomorrow. How do you intend to use the knowledge and skills gained during your scholarship to positively impact the African continent? You see, they are concerned about the Negroes. And so let's get to how do I intend to use what I gain here to impact Africa as a continent. Now, in response to that, I wrote, as a recipient of MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program, I am acutely aware of the program's commitment to developing future leaders who can drive positive change in Africa. That is to say, I have studied and understood the vision of MasterCard Foundation Scholarship. That's what it meant. Based on their vision, I knew, or I'm aware, that their concern is about raising future leaders who can drive positive change in Africa. So I am also keen into their vision. So I'm not independently coming just to take advantage and get out. I intend to leverage the knowledge and skills gained during my scholarship to make a meaningful and lasting impact on Africa continent in several ways. Then I began to highlight. Foremost, I aim to bridge the gap between my academic focus on public health and my passion for climate change advocacy. That's the first thing. I believe that these two areas are interconnected and that addressing the health consequences of climate change is crucial for the well-being of African communities. Now, I now connected my education in the first instance, again here, with education expertise, I plan to engage in research and advocacy initiatives that address the unique public health challenges arising from environmental issues in Africa. This includes advocating for sustainable and resilient public health systems, raising awareness about climate-related health risks, and supporting evidence-based policies and interventions. Can you imagine? I pick on intentional solutions that will ensure that the core problems that is native to Africa as a continent. Don't forget, you have to be intentional. Your research has to be inclusive and all-encompassing. And I add, additionally, I intend to share my knowledge and skills with local communities through outreach and educational programs. Of course, I've been into this. Here, I could actually highlight my past. I've gone out, I executed a plastic off the street program, pick the plastic, no waste, no wealth. I've initiated so many programs. I've championed some. I was project coordinator for some of them. These are where your little ideas can come up. I've gone to clean the market, CTM, clean the market. We gone around picking debts from the market, ensuring we oriented people, we provided waste basket. These are programs I can bring up to say, I have done this in micro scale. Now I intend to take it advanced by involving this and this and this. Here you can share about those little things and tell them about this. Or you could wait also for other parts of the essay where you can share about your past achievements. And so you go ahead on that and say, furthermore, I aspire to mentor and inspire the next generation of African leaders. Of course, the goal of any successful project is sustainability. The goal of any successful project is sustainability. Any project that is executed without sustainability is a waste of resource and time and manpower. It's a waste. Any project that is executed without sustainability in view is a waste of resource, time, and manpower. So I'm telling them, this I intend to do, impacting other people. I can help cultivate a new generation of leaders who are equipped to address pressing challenges facing Africa. Then I now summarize my idea. Not just about reviving and receiving an education, it's about using the education as a catalyst for transformative change in Africa. And I let them know, okay, this is me, and I'm not going back on that. I'm committed fully to Africa. Now, given the eligibility criteria and the ethos of the Scholars Program, why do you believe that you will be a good candidate? What are some of the skills and attributes that you will bring to the Scholars community on campus? This is telling me what will be my community involvement while I'm at McGill University in Canada. Now, let me feed you in on my essay. Don't forget, keep your essays below 350 words. I wrote my essays lengthier than that. One, so that you don't have the ease of copying. If you cannot think through on your own and you cannot be a think tank for yourself, then you're stranded. But if you can read through and get the flow of my thought, you can actually simplify your journey and make your story native and personal to yourself. Sincerity is the bane of access. Don't forget that's the cross of my communication in this video. Now, I'm now responding to this. Now I'm responding. What are some of the skills and attributes I will share? Right? Community on campus. Now I said, I believe that I'm a strong candidate for MasterCard scholarship program due to my alignment with the program's eligibility criteria and its core ethos, as well as the unique skills and attributes I can contribute to the scholars community on campus. If you have the time, you can start with this. If you don't have the time, you can take it off. I can just go direct by saying, first and foremost, my academic background and passion for public health and climate change advocacy align closely with the program's mission to nurture future leaders who can drive positive change in Africa. Of course, that's a good one. Then I proceed. My studies in geography with focus on health geography have equipped me with understanding. Now I continue. This academic foundation positions me to make a meaningful contribution to the scholars community and broader goals of the program. Furthermore, I bring a strong commitment to community engagement and service. I have actively participated in community-based projects related to public health and environmental sustainability. Remember, I was talking about clean the market and all of that. Here I could begin to highlight such as, I can mention them with the years it was carried out. I could just go ahead to those stories and just share them. So these are things I've done before. I'm intending to go ahead with this. I could begin to launch I could just go ahead with a video. I can talk about going there and then looking at maybe certain species of plants that are beginning to go extinct and talk about these plants medicinal value or economic value or environmental value to Canada, maybe to the climate of Canada or to the weather or whatever. And I begin to talk about how that if we can restore it, I can advocate. So that might be just my goal. My goal is just to look at plant-based advocacy and begin to advocate based on plants that I've realized are getting lost in Canada. While I'm there as a student, I will learn from those things, bring them to Nigeria, look out for how to create an environment for these things. I interconnect all of them. You just read through and pay attention to the video. Then you can, of course, it is relevant to talk about extracurricular activities. Canada is based on physical and balanced curriculum. I have a proven track record for leadership in extracurricular activities, such as my involvement in student organization and my contribution to climate advocacy group. You can talk about music. I'm a music-oriented person and a lover of music. I write music, I do music, I play instruments. So you can bring it up here. That while you're in the school, you commit yourself to maybe to the student fellowship there, or to the student community there, you are in the Boy Scout or Boys Brigade, you give yourself fully to it, you're in the Guest Guide, you're in the Rotary Club, whatever you are into that you know you can find there. All of these informations are out on Google about the schools. Check it out. I'm feeling that you'll be signing up for this so that you can, and you, of course, you'll be in for it. And in conclusion, I believe I'm a good candidate. I rounded it up on a good note. I am dedicated to the program's mission of developing future. I reminded them that I am not leaving the vision of MasterCard Foundation. Let's go to the 24th question now. Okay, now, so the next question is, which transformative leadership skills and competencies do you hope to develop if selected for the scholarship? Say if selected for the scholarship, I hope to further develop a range of transformative leadership skills and competencies that will enable me to have a significant and lasting impact on my community and beyond. Here you can put on my community, then you put your country if you are Ghanaian, whatever country, South Africa, whatever, Ghana, Nigeria, whatever, name it, Africa and beyond. Some of the key skills and competencies I aim to cultivate include: 1, strategic vision. You can talk about it and explain them in bullets if you have the time, or you can just talk about them in a story format, whichever one you love. I choose here to talk about it in story format. Adaptability. In rapidly changing world, adaptability is crucial. Of course, I can choose to learn effective communication. These are things collaboration and team building. Of course, when you're talking about the previous place where I explained that you can go ahead and then you can advocate for extinct species of plants. When you are doing something like that, you will need the indigenous persons there to educate you. When you do that, you build collaboration, ask about information about them, learn about it. And when you come back to your own country and you want to begin to set up such systems, of course, you will need those knowledge collaborations to build upon and leverage upon. Problem solving skill, empathy and cultural competence. Of course, you're changing your environment entirely. So I like that, and I talk about it that these are things I intend to learn. Yours might be different. Check out through Google what are transformative leadership skills, examples of them. Identify the ones that are unique, peculiar, and relevant to your course of study. And those are the things you should highlight. It gives you a better advantage. Don't just go ahead, okay, with my YouTube channel, this was what I talked about, so you just go ahead with what I talked about. No. All skills are needful, but in different proportion to different courses or programs. So check out the ones that are top-notch and be sincere based on your storyline. Which ones don't you have currently? Those are the things you should first list. Then go ahead to the ones you already have, and you can say, and I want to improve on these ones I already have. Of course, based on your work experience, there are skills you should have learned and all of that. So let's go to the next question. Say, please summarize your current and past leadership experiences, community involvement, and of volunteer engagement. Wow. Let me see. Let me share with you my story. Okay, so I'm now here. Sorry. Yeah, my engagement. And this is my engagement. I have a rich history of. I can choose to start with that, but in this, of course, remember I deliberately allowed this to be this lengthy so that you have to think through, be your own think tank. But I can start with some of my notable leadership experiences and community engagements include: 1, I served as a student representative from Suso year. I dated them. These are records that are in consonant with my professional handle. If you check my LinkedIn profile, these records are there. So I am not giving them false information. Now my LinkedIn profile is also going to be included in my CV. So when they go through my CV and they see my LinkedIn profile, they check it, they see these informations, it's easy for them to vet and consider me for application, because sincerity is the bane of access. So I shared with them what I did, achievement, even though I did not buttress my achievement, because I went as far as raising funds for Liberia arm of the fellowship during the Ebola outbreak. I raised funds, I solicited for funds massively for Liberia students, and we sent it over. During my time as a president, student representative, precisely on the national floor, I did that from my own state and contributing in thousands of dollars to them. And team lead project planner for Enactus. I was a forefront pioneer there. I left impact. So you can read through, you can see I served. I promoted academics massively. I didn't talk about it in details because I can pick on only one and I will take the only. In fact, one of it was during my as a president of the Association of the Geography Students. I ensured that students who were on probation, 46 students on probation, came upwards to a CGPA of 2.5 in a semester. These guys hit 5 points parallel in that same semester. I handled all the courses. These are impacts I've made. It's volunteering. I work with an educational platform, Scholars Forum. where our goal is to raise first class students. And during my time with them as a facilitator, out of 100 students, we had 75 of them are first class graduates. These are community involvements. So just think through. They may be little things you've not really valued, but they amount to something that is worthwhile. Why? Leadership abilities. Don't forget. Current role. These are my current roles. And my leadership, I just share with them. And that will be it for that question. You can go through and take your time. Pause the video at any instance and go through again and again. Now, when have you experienced failure, either at school, work, or whatever? What did you do to overcome or address this? Now, I'll share with you one life experience when I had a carryover of a practical course. It's already in my personal statement. So let me share the slide. Okay, now when have you, like I said earlier, now look at it. One notable experience of failure in my academic journey occurred when I had to carry over a practical course due to a miscommunication with my class representative. The failure in this case was twofold. First, there was a lack of awareness on my part, and second, I was unable to complete the required coursework within the given time frame. Here's how I addressed and overcame this setback. 1. I identified self-reflection and acceptance. You see, now I'm talking about some skills I've learned also based on this failure. 2. Communication and accountability. I reached out to my class representative to discuss the miscommunication, understand what had gone wrong. This step was important in clarifying the situation and preventing similar misunderstandings in the future. Strategy: to address the failure in the practical course, I developed a clear plan for making up the missed class. This included setting realistic goals, breaking down the coursework into manageable tasks, and creating a timeline to ensure I met requirements. I did this. I took my time to do all of this. I learned from my mistakes, time management, success through my concerted effort and change approach. I was able to successfully complete the practical course I had previously failed. This achievement reinforced the idea that setbacks can be transformed into opportunities for growth and improvement. Overall, this experience of failure taught me the importance of communication. You can see how I summarized it again, what it taught me. And so when you do this, you would have answered this MasterCard essay question. Don't forget, if you keep your questions below 350 words, is to your advantage. If you are over 350 words, you are disqualified automatically. You might not even get a response in the first place. So that being said, email your most recent resume. You see where I was talking about your CV. Your CV is an asset. Now, you've already shared with them a lot of information in your personal statement. Of course, there's something I used to teach in my CV classes, professional CV classes. You don't submit the same CV at every time because the requirement of every information differs from one another. Every CV is peculiar to the requirements and the job descriptions. You have to tailor-make it. They have to be tailor-made. So, if you look at this requirement, based on the personal statements that I wrote independently, if you put them together and read them as a one story, you realize there is an interconnection. But if you separate them also to read them independently, you see that they can stand alone. However, when you come to the CV angle, you will realize one unique thing. Some information you've included there, you don't need again. Some of them, you need to re-highlight them. Like the things I learned from my setback, I may highlight 2 or 3 of them. And the core skills I have already, where I highlighted communication, all of that. I don't need to highlight communication again if I'm highlighting the communication version in my setback experience. So you pick up some of these things, add them to your core soft skills or leadership skills. Use a template that gives your CV the best form. If you tabulate it, you use concerted infographics related, whatever template you use or whatever structure you design for your CV. If you do it that way, you can have so many information within a short time. Keep your CV maximum of 2-3 pages. I advise usually if you don't have much information, especially publications, 5-10 publications, your CV should not exceed 3 pages at max. As an undergraduate student, if you're an undergraduate student with so many publications, international corporations or collaborations, research and projects, you can have up to 3-5 pages, 6-7, because you've published so much. Your publication will take longer pages. Why? When you copy the link, the DOI and the reference or the journal publication name and everything, it will be taking much pages. So is permissible and is considered relevant. But if it is just your work experience or leadership experience, please don't bog screening committee or selection committees with unnecessary information. Now, email your most recent resume. This should detail your academic and employment history as well as your extracurricular activities that you have taken part in in for the last 3 years. They even restricted it. They don't need your whole life story. So when you see this, yes, you are agreeing that it will not exceed 3 years. What this does is it implicates you that if you submit anything more than 3 years, you should be disqualified. So you are seeing me using informations 2021 to 2023, 2021 to, I think it's just a few 2019 cases that were mentioned, or 2017 cases. That's 1 or 2. Now, those informations in 2017, 2019, I will not include them here. They will be on my LinkedIn, they will be in my essays, but they will not reflect in my resume. I'll just capture 2021 to 2023. What have I done? What landmarks have I built that aligns with MasterCard scholarship? Now, email your most recent academic transcript. Of course, the transcript should include all academic term grades from the start of your undergraduate program to its completion or most recent term. So even if you are just a recent graduate who have not gotten your official academic transcript, you can apply. So I click acknowledge. Once I click acknowledge, at the 5th page of it, I'll click next. What next? I need to fill on the details of my referees. You can see professional academic referees. You fill the name, you fill your relationships, of course, teacher to student, lecturer to student, supervisor to this. If you serve as a graduate assistant, you say project supervisor to this, graduate assistant, employer to employee, just specify and all of that, and you are off the track. Now I've filled in these informations which are personal, and I click the next button. We are at the last page. Now in this last page, your applicant's attestation. You read this carefully. This is a disclaimer that qualifies, makes or mar your application finally. Once you click you agree, all information you will be kept in strict confidence and all of that. You agree to it. Are there any additional comment that you would like us to consider when reviewing your application? If you have anything you think you would like them to consider about you, you can let it be known here. A recent happening, maybe a work gap. You started working in 2019, COVID-19 came up and you were laid out of job, so you couldn't do anything. Then you had a crisis at home, whatever. You can mention it here. It can be an added advantage. If you don't have any, it's optional. You go ahead and click, hit the submit button. Now, I hope with this that you actually have benefited and you've seen how to go about the essay question for MasterCard scholarship to McGill University. And with that being said, I'm giving a free 3 slot to help proofread personal statements for the first 3 persons who reach out to me in the comment section. This is the giveaway I'm doing. 3 free slots. Is 10 slots that I will take for this scholarship, but the first 3 to reach out to me is going to be free. Write your personal statement, follow the guide, follow the structure, keep to the rules as required by the organizers, and I will go through it for you, vet it, correct it, and send it back to you so you can begin to copy and paste and fill in your details. The other 7, it may be for a token or there may not be time for them. Whichever one, I wouldn't know. Perhaps you need to pray better. That being said, I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope this help and guide you about how to go with your application. If that happens and if you're benefited from it, please like, share, comment, and let me know where you're watching from. And also, when you put in your application, whether you reach out to me to vet or not, when you put in your application, let me know. Let me know. When you put in your application, let me know. Is that okay? It is when you let me know, I will give you a link to leave me the access point to reach me. So let me know. Let me know in the comment section. And see you in the next video. If there are any other videos you think you would need a guide upon, let me know in the comment section also. And until then, tada!